I met my husband about 10 years ago at work. Josh is funny, passionate about life. He's a very loyal husband. Family is everything to him. Josh has been a commercial airline pilot for over 7 years. He is an amazing pilot. Naomi is our only child. We wanted to be the best parents that we could be. So my husband, on his own, signed up for Daddy Boot Camp at the hospital, and I was very proud of him for that. You know, Josh is my best friend. We've gone through so much together. Do you like the turtle? Yeah. People have stepped in and they've broken that apart. People want to make Josh into something that he is not. Josh is a loving husband and father, and they're damaging not just me, they're damaging our daughter.
Well, Josh is joining us now via satellite from jail. Now, at this point, what I want to hear from you is how you think you went from being a proud, excited graduate of Daddy Boot Camp to sitting there in an orange jumpsuit convicted of child abuse.
Well, Dr. Phil, it's been a nightmare. All I can tell you is I love my wife and daughter, and I did not do this. In these cases, unfortunately, with child abuse, you're guilty until proven innocent. There were key things in this trial that the jury weren't allowed to see. I passed 2 polygraph tests. There were several medical journal peer-reviewed articles that we tried to introduce into evidence that weren't allowed. There's new science out there that is debunking shaken baby syndrome.
Let me take apart some of the things that you've just said so people understand. You say you took 2 polygraph tests. Let me go over those. In test 1, you were asked, were your statements on March 16th at the hospital accurate? And your answer was yes. Then you were asked, are your comments as noted in the hospital report on March 16th truthful? And your answer was yes. Then you were asked, when you told the doctors at the hospital about the incident on March 15th, were you truthful? And your answer was yes. The result of that polygraph is that you were being truthful, that nothing that you had said was deceptive. What was it that you told the people at the hospital took place?
I was burping Naomi on my knee after feeding her a bottle, and my wife had called me on her cell phone. So I picked up the phone and talked to her, and when I hung up the phone to put it back on the coffee table, I felt Naomi falling forward off of my knee. So I reached forward to catch her, and I had to catch her by her face to prevent her from hitting a coffee table in front of us.
All right, test 2. Since Naomi's birth, have there been injuries to her that have not been reported? Your answer was no. Since her birth, has Naomi experienced physical trauma that has not been reported? Answer, no. Other than the March 15th event, are you aware of any other injuries to Naomi? Answer, no. And the results of both tests did not indicate deception, so you were being honest in that. And those are not admissible in court, so those were not part of the court record, and that's what you're saying, they didn't get to hear that.
Correct.
Okay, all right, fine, go on.
Also, Dr. Phil, we had 6 expert doctors that weighed in on our case, and none of them thought that this was abuse.
But you're home with her alone. You're a new dad. You had just come home from a trip on a new airplane. Maybe the baby was being difficult and you snapped. Everybody has a breaking point. Was that yours?
No, Dr. Phil, I was well rested. I'm a trained airline pilot. I don't just snap.
Then why are you in jail?
That's a good question. I love my daughter. She was a wanted child. We planned for her and brought her into this world, and I have never abused my daughter.